हाय नमस्कार एंड वेलकम बैक। जो लोग स्पिरिचुअल पाथ में हैं ना, वो अक्सर सोचते हैं जो बाहर के लोग, दुनिया के लोग हैं, वो गधे हैं, वो स्टूपिड हैं। और जो बाहर के लोग सोचते हैं कि ये सारे पागल हैं, स्पिरिचुअल लोग जो अपनी ज़िंदगी बर्बाद करें किसी एक चीज़ के पीछे। अक्सर जब लोग संसार की बात करते हैं तो अक्सर कहते हैं कि ये ज़िंदगी झूठी है, ये एक माया है। पर ज़िंदगी झूठी नहीं है, ज़िंदगी रियल है। ये देखो, ये भाई, दिस इज़ अ ग्रास, आई कैन होल्ड इट इन माई हैंड, दिस इज़ अ रियल थिंग, दिस इज़ नॉट अ फेक, दिस इज़ नॉट एन इल्यूजन, दिस इज़ अ रियल थिंग. But the problem with samsara is basic meaning of samsara is a circular movement of life. Now what I mean by circular movement is, right now I am saying this is truth, this is life, you cannot deny it, this is not an illusion. What an illusion is, right now I am not present here in this particular moment, and life happens in this particular moment. In fact, this name of this moment is life only. Right now imagine yourself what you are thinking in your mind. Most of the time you see, either you are thinking about your past or future. Most people are having this single struggle in their life, that how to be in present. Well, the technical aspect, if you want to see, then you cannot escape the present. You are always in the present, but you cannot be in the present because most of the time people are having a world inside here and they are living in this world, not in this world. And that is what the illusion is. When we talk about illusion, it basically means when we see the world and what we make out of it, and then we live in the world that we made it. It's not that exist. Because when you have certain perception towards people, certain perception towards a job, certain perception towards something around the world, it is only because you have created your own world inside your head. If there is no world inside your head, and if you are seeing this world, there will be no perception as in no discrimination about what is good, what is bad, because everything is just a thing. This is a phone, how can I say this is good or bad? But when you have a world over here, you can say, yes, this phone is creating some crisis. Definitely it is, it does. But this phone is also becoming so much helpful to so many people. So this is a perspective, or this is a way of seeing because of which our minds get trained in a certain way, and because of that we have our own world within ourselves. And that is the only reason why people are just arguing, people are fighting, people are trying to keep their point, people are trying to be in a certain way. So it is the mind in which we have created a world, and that is what the whole fuss is. The moment you lose this one, all you see is the life here. Everything that you see is real, it is not fake. But the problem is people cannot get rid of this one. So this has become so much important to them. They are so much identified that what they think is true. Often I see people, when they do argument, they do not want to understand you, they only want to prove their point. Because when you try to put an argument, no, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about this. Why do you talking about that or this? Why you are talking about something? So let's talk about something. So that is what you will see in most people, that they are trying to prove their part of the point, what they see. So it's that not the real thing, but it is something that you see, right? So that is what we have to understand when you mean samsara. It is not the life is illusory or life is illusion. It is your sense of perception, how you perceiving the life inside your head is an illusion, because this is not real, this is illusory, this is something that you are making it. Whichever you want to make, you can make it. There's a dart there, you can make it a fruit. You can possible, it is possible. Mind is capable of doing that. Mind is capable of doing everything. It can just show you whatever you want to see. That is what happening to so many people, right? Using the mind manifestation machine, whatever you want to do with this mind, it is a phenomenal tool, fantastic tool. It can do it for you. So that is why I'm saying, you can use your mind in any way. So that is why the life is not illusory, but what you are having inside here is illusion. The moment you get in touch with the reality, the moment you calm yourself down to a certain point, and this is something that happens as a glimpse to so many people, that when it happens to you, suddenly you feel like, what is this life? And as I've already mentioned in the last video, that the moment you realize about your mortal nature, that I'm going to die, that is the moment you start suddenly feeling like, oh my god, this is the life, this is it. So what is the essence of it? Then suddenly you start questioning. Till now you have not questioned because society has never let you question, because they have already put information within you. So when you see people who are on the spiritual path, you think ki these are the people who are actually brainwashed. And it is true. In a way, people who are living in the society are actually brainwashed since the beginning of their life. The moment they born, they are always loaded with the information. This is the life and this is how you have to live. Now tell me, who is brainwashed? If you just leave that guy just like that, just give them food, shelter, comfort, convenience, just to grow himself or herself up, he will become something that he wants. It is like flowering the flower. You do not know which flower it will be. You do not know what is the color of it, but it will flower. So that is how a kid is gonna be. But because of the information, he becomes a doctor or he becomes an engineer, and now he is struggling for getting a job. So that is what is happening to most of the people, because you are loaded with information. If you simply left like that, then you would have done something amazingly. Now in the beginning, what happens is the people are already brainwashed. If that is not brainwashed, that is the normal life, then what spiritual seekers do is they literally brainwash themselves. So all this mind, what you think is your life, is actually dirty mind. So if I talk about myself, if I talk about any other spiritual seekers who are around me, so mostly I feel like my mind has so much of clutter, my mind has so much of stupidity, my mind has so much of dirt within myself, so I have to get it washed. That is why when I turned spiritual seeker, my mind, I slowly, gradually tried to wash it. So in a way, I could see brainwashing is a good thing, because after washing your brain, you have nothing to think about, you have nothing to do. But when we talk about brainwashing, it is the word we use for in a way of radicalization. You know what radicalization means, where people train terrorists to do certain things. But in my way, I am saying brainwashing essentially should mean that you are cleaning the dirt from your mind, like all the perception, all the conclusions that you have built up so far in your life about things that you see around yourself should go away, so that you can see it fresh. Because what you see within your mind is a distorted perception of you. What is there out there is not exactly, it is reflecting in your mind. It is some way or the other, it is deflected, it is distorted. So that is one thing that if we do not take care, then most people will end up in a illusory world. Because I got scared because of this dog. So that is why I said in the beginning of this video that people who are on the spiritual path, they think that people who are living outside this normal life are stupid, and people who live outside in normal life, they think the spiritual people have gone crazy. Essentially, and also I mentioned that people who are living in the spiritual life, they have seen this life that other people are living. Because mostly when you go to ashram or when you go to some spiritual organization, you will see there are lots of Vayatens will be there, lots of people who have been through such a respective situation, position in their life. Somebody started a company, somebody was a doctor or something. So I see many such people inside the ashram also. I have not seen this kind of intelligent people in around throughout my career, but when I come here, I see so much of intelligence. They're simply living it for the devotion. So somewhere within myself, I see ki this is something that is working for everybody. So one thing that you have to see from here is that the way of living. Because it is not that people who are spiritual who are stupid, or people who are living outside are stupid or gone crazy. It is that who is living a life that this life wants. So this life has certain need, and if you can understand that, if you can see that, then you can choose your life according to it. But if you cannot see that, then you will be living based on how society is telling to you. So people who are living outside, I see most of them are actually do not know, because they are driven by the society, the kind of clothes they are wearing, the kind of way they are living. Every single year, season to season, decade to decade, you see people's clothes changing. You think that they are changing it from their own way, own reason. No, they are only driven by the most recent trend. So, and the trend is created by some certain people and some certain categories only. And the marketing agencies are deciding that what you should wear, what you should put on your face. And all these things are shaping your future, shaping your life. So you are nothing but becoming conclusion or a consequence of what is happening in the society. So do you really want to be that, or do you want to take your own life into your own charge? Right now, I'm saying this because I see most people are not even laughing. They have forgotten to laugh. I see my own parents that they do not laugh. Even if I crack a joke, even if I do something, they do not laugh. So all the time I kept becoming like a kid inside my home, so that at least something could be light, because everything has become so serious in our home that it just becomes toxic. Simply the environment becomes toxic. Like you cannot handle that kinds of intensity or seriousness, because it will simply make you drive you go crazy, or drive you to anger and frustration, hesitation, simple small things. So that is what I was feeling within my home. So if a human being is not being able to laugh simply, joyfully, cannot be joyful normally like that, then there is no quality life. Every human being used to be joyful when you was a kid, but slowly, gradually, when the time gone up, joyfulness would have gone up when you got more freedom, when you understand more life. But somewhere you are doing something wrong. That is what it means, right? If you are not joyful, you are not ecstatic right now, something that is going wrong within ourselves. And if we cannot look at it right now, then when you will look, there will be no time in the future. So that is what it is. I mean, if you cannot sit at a simple sit at some place without having any worry, thoughts, anxiety, depression in your mind, if you cannot sit for 15 minutes even, then there is something wrong. You must stay it. And if you see something wrong is happening, then you must do something about it, because unless and until you do something about it, unless and until you at least become a normal, sensible person, at least become a peaceful person within yourself, you cannot make a good world around you. The best thing that you can do about the world is you can become a wonderful person. If you be a wonderful person, then people will be inspired from you. So that is the essence of what making of these videos and the entire channel, in fact, trying to make people laugh at least. Now when I see, the kind of thing that I learned from a toddler is completely different. I still remember when my nephew was around 8 months old. He used to just only sit and somewhat crawl a little. So to make him laugh, I just used to do this. Something I used to throw it, and if it goes out of his vision and comes back, he used to laugh like anything. And then when he used to laugh, and he used to just roll around, and whichever way he used to be, I also used to copy him. I was a big guy. I could understand what is happening around it. So still, I used to do that. You simply do this to kids, okay? You just hide yourself up, and they will laugh like anything, because the moment you hide yourself up like with your hands, they think you are gone. And then when you do this, they think they can see you now. That is how they feel. When they hide behind the curtains, you can easily see their feet, but they think they're hidden. So that is what happens with the kid. For a kid, the reason to make them laugh is very small. But for an old person, you have to have a really good joke to make that person laugh. And this is a terrible crime that we are doing right now. Right now you have to go to some comedy show, and these comedy shows are talking about something very, very sophisticated jokes, cracking jokes. But if you can become a simply kid, then every small thing can make you laugh. Why do you need a reason to laugh? This is a terrible thing, isn't it? If I can throw this stone up in the air and then you can laugh and on it, this is a great thing. So that is what I think we can change in the world, that is we can do about ourselves. It doesn't matter where you are living, be it samsara or sannyasa. For people who are living in sannyasa also, if they are not laughing, if they are taking the life seriously, then there is no point in living in sannyasa either. if you cannot just simply sit for some moment without worrying about life, without worrying about food, shelter, clothes, then what is this life? Yes, no. That doesn't mean that anger will not come. Somewhere it might frustrate you. Somewhere something might happen that you have not expected, and it will freak you out. It's completely okay. But for some certain moment, but you have to have a sense of understanding, sense of consciousness that yes, I am getting frustrated right now, and I can do something about it. And then you can take some time, then you can revive back, because this is not something that will happen all of a sudden at one moment. As I mentioned in one video where I was talking about there is a sense of devotion within me, there is a sense of commitment within me. I'm not talking about 100% devotion or 100% commitment. I'm not talking about anything to that level, 100% level. I'm just talking about there is something exists. I'm just talking about you can take the first step. Every single day, just do once this, throw this and laugh because you throw the stone. That is what I'm just talking about. You do not need to be perfect. If something is freaking out, it's okay. You just accept it because that's how you are. And that is when, in fact, the growth happens, when you accept yourself. Recently, something has happened. I'll share that to you in the next video, where I did not know why I was agitated. I was freaked out, and then I had to meet one Swami because of that. And the Swami told me that what exactly is happening, and he let me understand that these are the things, different things are happening to you right now, so you have to approach it in this way. And then the next day, that day only, from that conversation afterwards, I was feeling so light within myself. The sense of anger that I had within myself, the agitation that I had within myself was gone completely. And I'll share that with you in the next video. You're gonna enjoy it for sure, I'm telling it to you. Okay, this is a very interesting story that has happened to me, because for some moment I could not understand that why am I being like that, because it's not something that I usually get angry on something. So that is what happened to me, and Swami helped me to come out of it very easily. So that is why I liked the ashram very much. That's why I liked the sadhana pada a lot. That's why I liked what Sadhguru has created. That's why I like the Swamis, the brahmacharis that you find here, and everything about the ashram, everything about this life. So instead of trying to think, trying to see, instead of trying to blame or trying to say which people are gone crazy and which are sane, you must start looking within yourself and see how many times you are laughing in a day, and then you can improve on that aspect. So that is what something I would say a quality of living. Thank you so much for watching.